Go on.
Well, I don't know, but sure there is stuff that needs sorting out.
Well, I know the place that there's no medical man has been in this room.
Yeah.
There's definitely an unexplored cavern.
Right, alright Steve, would you go to the moon if someone said there's a space?
He doesn't march at a concert because he's scared his glasses to fall off. Of course he wouldn't go to the moon. They'd spin him round in training, his glasses would come off, and that'd be it. He'd feel sick.
My worry is I'm not sure would I be able to wear them under the helmet?
Imagine him!
Like I went paintballing once, and I had to wear the glasses underneath the mask, and of course it was a bit hot weather, it was awful, it was steamed up in there. I couldn't see anything, I got shot straight away, I was out of the game, it was pointless. It cost me like £8.
Yeah.
You don't have to be that fit anyway, do you? You're only sort of sat there.
Well, not, well, yeah, but what are you talking about? Think of G-force alone and weightlessness. Of course you've got to be, what?
I think when you said think of G-force, he thought of G4. The follow-up winners in Pop Idol. I could see it as his eyes glazed over. More quick questions for you, Carl, just to try and get inside your mind. What is your greatest regret?
Probably I didn't do that well at school, did I? So I'm trying to like learn stuff now.
Yeah.
Not mentally, but you know.
He reckons he's learnt more in the last 3 months than he ever has in the rest of his life, reading a couple of science books I gave him.
Well, that's impressive. We'll test you on that later on.
Yeah.
What keeps you awake at night?
Well, I live in sort of central London, don't I? So it's
brilliant.
Traffic and that. I think they were thinking more.
What fears have you got? What worries do you ponder the expansion of the universe? Do you worry about it?
There's no point, is there? 'Cause there's nothing I can do about it.
So what, with you, it's the little Chinese fellow across the road.
Just stuff that I've got to sort out. You know, any bills or anything. I don't worry about the world ending or anything. What's the point in that?
It's true. That is true.
I can't do anything about it. I always think that people with more sort of intelligent, they're worrying about stuff that's miles away, whereas I'm like, you know, I'm happy if the sun's out. It's like, oh, it's a nice day.
Yeah.
I don't worry about wars and stuff going on because there's nothing I can do.
What would you do if there was a war that maybe there was?
What, here?
Yeah.
Go on holiday.
There's no arguing.
Did I sound like Dr. Fox again?
A little bit. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing, isn't it? Yeah. We're going to get a Sony award this year. Carl, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright, yeah.
Yeah? It's good to be back, isn't it?
We're doing Rockbusters in a bit, what?
Have we got Rockbusters?
Well.
Hallelujah!
I'll tell you this, new listeners. New listeners won't believe their luck when they hear Rockbusters.
We've got Rockbusters. Have we got, well, dare I say it, have we got Monkey News, Carl?
Well, I've been away, haven't I? So I've sort of got a few things that I've read about roughly, but I don't know the full ins and outs.
You're joking, because usually you do your research quite well, don't you, when you get it off Anna Nova and read the top line.
So what are you saying, though? Are you saying that it's kind of Monkey News?
We might have time to do something later.
Well, we've got to have him.
I love it when he teases us with his Monkey News.
We've had emails about that website address.
Oh yeah.
It was a what's the name?
An underscore. Okay, so give it out one more time. Now go to this to find out about Carl Pilkington. Someone's put in a lot of effort. It's a really good website. There's some great pictures of Carl.
Well, they're not great. They're just freewebs.com/the_k_man/
Okay, forward slashes all the way.
Yeah.
Except the underscores.
Except the underscores, yeah.
This is interminable. Isn't it interminable giving out email addresses?
I know, yeah.
Love it. It's so boring.
No, yeah. Oh dear. Is he enjoying the show?
It just says, I love spending 2 hours on a Saturday listening about fingers up arses, doctors squeezing testicles and making you cough. Have you got any news on the hairy Chinese kid? So.
Well, when you say like that, some of the stuff we cover does sound a little bit of, drivel.
Well,
sometimes.
Yeah.
Carl was worried about swearing, because after we were talking about finger arse and that, he's generally worried. And I don't have a problem with swearing, although I understand why you can't say certain words on radio. It might be offensive to people who aren't listening. I mean, you know, the F word, the C word and all those. But when they bleep it out in a record, they bleep out the vowel. So in the F word, they bleep out the U, so it goes, right? What, so they go, it's not offensive, I didn't hear the vowel.
Presumably, yeah.
So if you change the vowel, it's not. Do you know what I mean? So in the C word, could I say? Could I talk about the philosopher Immanuel Kant?
Well, you can talk about Immanuel Kant because he's one of the great thinkers of all time.
So Kant is not an offensive word because the vowel is different, is
Okay,
it?
Leave it then.
Yeah, do you know what I mean though?
But I
No,
don't see
but-
how it can be offensive.
You can't. It can't be. Can it? Is it a thinker? Who's a philosopher? His name is Kant. That is his actual name.
Yeah.
I think it comes from a long line of Kants. From what I can, he hasn't changed his name. I think his father, his grandfather.
Yeah,
they're all.
a lot of German people.
Oh, but Germany's, I assume, full of Kants.
Which, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Well, what else was
So you can change the vowel. So could I say?
Probably not.
What if I change two words? What if I said cump? C-U-M-P. Now that's not offensive at all, is it?
That can't be offensive.
So I could say you fucking cump.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
What?
I need a schnit. That would be fun.
Wonka, Willy Wonka.
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got. Although Willy is Willy offensive? Could you say Willy?
It's tricky.
Willy Wonka, and his Willy Wonka and his fucking cumps.
Yeah.
That would be fine.
That'd be
wouldn't it?
absolutely fine.
Is that all right then,
Have you
Carl?
got any other questions or anything, Steve?
Well, it's not so much a question, but something that I think might be of interest to you, Carl. I was reading about this in the paper, and I know how fascinated you are by people of the Japanese persuasion. Two elderly men found on a remote island are believed to be Japanese soldiers in hiding since 1945, desperate to go home. Diplomats from Tokyo are investigating the claims of these men, who are 87 and 83.
What are you thinking there?
Well, no, go on.
I know what you're thinking. Go on. Say what you're thinking.
I'll be that old though.
Why? Why? Say why.
I don't want to. Just leave it.
Carl's got a theory. Well, I don't think that this is fine. I'd say that Carl's views don't reflect the views of XFM, right? Carl's got a theory that Oriental people don't age well.
Sure. Let Carl.
But that annoys me the way. Yeah, but I think
What?
people will probably agree with me. But for some reason, the first time I said that, I wasn't even worried about it. But now, because of the reaction of people, I don't understand. I don't know why I can't say that.
What's your theory? Explain your theory in a nutshell.
Just like you don't see a sort of a 33-year-old Chinese person either. No, but at the same time...
So what do you mean you don't see a 33-year-old
I'm not having a go.
Chinese
At the same time, you don't see that many fat ones either. So, in a way, that's good news. Nobody would be upset about that.
But what do you mean
But your news isn't bad news because it's not true.
But wait, stop. What do you mean you don't see a 33-year-old Chinese person? I don't understand. What do you mean you don't see them? What do you see then?
Sort of, young ones. And then, like, you don't see that middle ground.
I don't know what this theory's based on.
So you see old ones and then you see young ones, but you never see any in between.
Yeah.
What do you mean? So what's the oldest Chinese person you've seen before the age of 33? How old do you think?
About 22.
22. So you've seen lots of 22-year-olds. So you've seen a range from babies to 22-year-old Chinese people. That's fact, okay? And then what gap do you miss out? When do they pop back up on the radar for you? What age has a Chinese person got to be older than that?
About 49.
They're always so specific. What do you mean when you say they don't age well? What do you mean they don't age well? You mean that middle-aged ones look old?
Because you think at 23, when it's 23, we're happy birthday to you, and they look up, and oh jeez, it's 52. What do you mean?
No, I just mean they don't age that well. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know what it is in them, but they just don't. Alright then, here's on the telly, who's about 32.
Tell me the Chinese person on the telly first. Give us the great gamut of Chinese talent currently on British TV, right? And I'll pick and choose. Go on then.
Bruce Lee.
How long's he been dead? Bruce Lee, 70s, wasn't it? And
Unbelievable.
not really on the telly much, was he? Okay.
What age was he when he died?
33, I think.
Well, I would have never guessed that.
Well, what do you think? How old do you think he was?
Probably about 42.
What, you know Burt Kwok?
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah. Do you remember the Pink Panther films?
No.
Okay. He wasn't that old in them, because it was 60s, 70s.
But how old did he look though? If he walked in and someone said, "You never guess how old he is," what would you have said? Right then, there's my point then. There's my point.
I have to say, I've been listening to you two talk, and I like the idea that there's people who've been waiting 18 months for some of this. for the Kant discussion, the Orientals.
Do you know what I think? I think Kant, as a philosopher, is very popular in Essex, because I hear him saying his name all the time whenever I go through. What? They're all shouting this and that. All shouting.
Kings of Leon on XFM.
Carl.
HD Merchant Carl Pilkington. Carl, dead air.
Talk!
I'm just looking at it now.
Yeah, but that's no good on radio! You can't just look at something! You gotta talk!
Is he even more backward than I remember?
I don't know.
It's just that someone's emailed in.
Yeah, so you gotta tell the listeners that.
I'm telling them now, I'm doing it. Someone's emailed in from Tokyo saying that he's getting married in a few months to a Japanese woman. She's 27. Just want to know how long I've got so she starts looking old.
Well, how long do you reckon, according to your theory?
About... only about 4 years. About 4 years and that. So...
What would you advise him, to get out now, or...?
Well... have some good sort of wedding pictures done and that.
Carl! Carl! It's not true! The theory's not true!
Well, we'll see, won't we?
Oh yeah, great. In 4 years' time, he's going to send a picture going, oh, you're right, Carl. Look, she looks like a prune. What? He's going to suddenly start saying his girl, it's not true, it's not going to happen.
It's that thing, though, innit, of looking at her mum. There's a lot of truth in that, isn't there, that you shouldn't really meet up with your girlfriend's sort of parents and that.
Sure.
Because you just sort of get a little taster of what's to come and what have you.
And what's to come with yours?
It's a good job I didn't meet her early on. No.
You're going to be in such trouble!
No, they don't listen. It's alright.
Really? Well, Suzanne does, doesn't she?
She'll probably be out.
Really?
But she knows.
She's got some sense.
Yeah, when you get back! Yeah. You went on holiday with them, didn't you?
Yeah, we've been on since then, haven't we?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I went on holiday last week, been away, but that was just me and Suzanne. Talk about that later.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
That's coming up.
Plus, of course, Rockbusters, the return of Rockbusters.
Let's start Rockbusters. Let's do Rockbusters. Let's get it rolling, because I have got some amazing prizes. I went to the Americas and I brought back gifts. Not your tobacco and your potatoes, but brilliant prizes. Now, quite seriously, these are not the usual tat. You will win some tat for Rockbusters, okay? We've got DVDs, CDs, things like that, right? But the winner of Rockbusters today will go through to a chance to win the prizes in week 6. We're only here for 6 weeks, by the way. This is our first of 6 shows.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, and I went to do The Simpsons last weekend, and I've got a drawing here, an original drawing of Homer by Matt Groening. See that? Look at that. As Homer there, your pal Matt Groening, May the 18th, 2005, and Homer's saying, "I love Carl 'cause he's stupid like me." And that's going to be framed, original drawing. That is worth, I think, a lot, but I've promised Matt Groening that it will not go on eBay. So please, I hope it goes to a fan. I've also got a rare Spinal Tap poster, met with Christopher Guest, and he signed that, Nigel Tufnell. Fans of Spinal Tap and The Simpsons, possibly the 2 greatest things ever, I think.
Yeah.
Also, my friend Rob, who did flannels with me, has drawn us 3 as Flanimals. There's Steve there, a little goglanker. There's me there, a little bloke dumplunt, and little Carl Pilkington, Pink Floyd numbscrunt. And these are going to be framed. So some very nice prizes. And I've got a little surprise for you. Obviously I met Homer. Press that little button there. Listen to this.
Hi, this is Homer Simpson. I like Carl and its perfectly round, bald head. If you put 3 holes in it, it looks just like my bowling ball.
Brilliant.
Actual proof that you've met the people themselves, that the prizes are bona fide and genuine. But don't enter this week's Rockbusters thinking you're going to win those prizes automatically. No. This week you just win the usual tat.
What is the tat, Steve?
Well, we'll talk about that shortly.
Okay,
but you go
it's worth waiting
forward
for.
to the big showdown, the big final competition in week 6, where you get the chance to win those.
One person wins
prizes.
all those beautiful
So just everyone goes in the
collectible
draw.
prizes. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, the winners of each week go into the draw. What is Rockbusters, Carl? We've whet their appetite.
I think play a record and maybe some wonderful adverts and then come back with Rockbusters. It's that kind of teasing that has made this a potential award-winning show.
Bronze, I think, next year.
Can we just swap that round and do ads and the song?
Whatever way suits you, mate. Go on.
XFM.
XFM 104.9, Magic Numbers, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington.
Well, I'm a little bit worried. I've just got to warn the listener, if we suddenly just go off air, right, it's because champagne is pouring down a hole where there's loads of wires into the desk. Because Steve,
Yeah.
getting ready to open this champagne, right, just took that wire thing off, just put it there, of course because it's warm, it just exploded everywhere.
Yeah, I should explain now, I didn't bring in champagne to toast our return to the radio. I mean, I'm not an idiot. But, actually, from Focus PR, Ashley has rather nicely sent us some Lindauer sparkling wine, and I'm just trying some, and it's really quite refreshing on this summer's day. So if you're perhaps working for some kind of PR agency, you know, or any kind of company, and then feel free to do that.
So you're just looking for free stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you know, electrical goods.
Oh, okay, it's not just like champagne
Definitely
stuff.
not.
Because I was going to say, if other champagne companies... What's that champagne company called that they sent us free?
Lindauer sparkling wine, which I imagine is available now.
Yeah, so other champagne companies feeling jealous could send you some and you'd mention it.
I don't want to exclude anyone from this. You know, anyone is welcome to send anything in.
Brilliant.
And as I say, I'm particularly interested in sort of designer goods.
Okay.
You know, the Apple Mac people, they're welcome to
Sure.
send anything
Now, what's annoying about that champagne opening like that is that, as you know, I brought my camera in, and I wanted to film you opening that onto Carl's head, got the cork.
in. Rick, I got another bottle.
Have you ever?
I don't want you to miss out on an opportunity like that.
That's a bit of a waste of champagne, that opening 2 bottles. But Carl, would you mind, because that would have made a cracking noise against your head, that cork going off. And because it's such a lovely bald little sort of dome.
Yeah.
We'll put your head right down, yeah? It'll open it, we'll see what the cork does, and I'll film it for, like a website or something.
Maybe we'll make that the finale of today's show.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sponsored by
Anderson,
Lindauer
yeah.
sparkling wine.
Oh yeah, the sound of a cracking cork against Carl's skull, sponsored by Lindau.
Sponsored by Lindauer, available now.
Great.
Right, we're doing Rockbusters then.
Oh, okay, now you should explain briefly what the concept is, Carl, because there might be a few new listeners.
It's Blockbusters. Right, go on then.
Well, it's not Blockbusters.
No, because they were real clues, weren't they?
Yeah, that was actually...
It says they're a cryptic clue. It's not cryptic.
Yeah.
It's like what am I thinking? This competition is like what number am I thinking of?
Rick, just calm down for a second. Let me explain basically what the concept is. You'll remember some of the greats from the past.
Yeah.
Basically, you give some vague clue. Is that right, Carl? And from that, we're supposed to deduct which band or artist you're thinking of. So,
Yeah.
for instance, there was
one, the West Indian fella spinning a fish round his head, and that was Detroit Spinners.
The Trout Spinners.
Yeah,
Detroit
Detroit Spinners, yeah.
There was also what happens if you fall over into a puddle in Texas. Wet knee, Houston. Wet knee.
That is the level of Carl's
That's what you're
clues.
working with.
But could I just say, there's no irony in this. Carl doesn't think this is quirky or kitsch or ironic. He thinks these could go on the Guardian crossword.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
This is the best stuff you can come up with.
Right,
Yeah.
so there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Right, I give you the cryptic clue,
Yeah, not
and to help
cryptic.
you along, well it is,
Yeah, not
and I
really.
give you some initials of the band or the artist or whatever to help you along as well.
Yeah.
3
No,
of them.
this is on the text only. We don't want emails on this one. Just
It's
8.
the one that gets the highest or the first one to get 3. The first email with 3 or the first one that is the highest. So if no one gets a third one, which I wouldn't blame you for, so if there's like 30 people that get 2, it's the first email that comes in that we pick, and they win a handful of tat, which would you like to go through?
I'll search out the tag in a second. I'm not sure where it is. Yeah,
Good stuff.
there's some DVDs and stuff in there. It's not bad. Yeah, but it means you go forward to the grand final in 6 weeks' time when you're playing for all that amazing stuff Ricky's got. We've got the signed, genuine, exclusive drawing of Homer Simpson done by Matt Groening, featuring references to Carl. We've got the signed Spinal Tap poster. This is big stuff you can't get anywhere else.
No, it's a rare American poster signed by
And it's
Nigel
such a
Tufnell.
shame that your only chance of winning it is with this inane quiz.
Absolutely, it's not down to skill or anything. It's just such a shame that.
Let's just do it then.
Go on then.
Right, the first one.
Go on.
What you got to remember is it's a band or an artist that XFM play as well. Right. Right then. So the first one.
Oh yeah, because X-Men play with Detroit Spinners and Whitney Houston all the time, don't they?
All right, these 3.
Okay.
Give it away. These are XFM bands.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. If you got like a bulb.
Oh Jesus. You don't think about the cryptic clue is that every syllable counts. He says it different every time he says it. There'll be something different. Look, go on then. Go.
Right, so if you get a bulb, right?
A bulb what?
A bulb.
A bulb.
What's a bulb?
What's a bulb?
Like a
light bulb.
A light bulb. Oh, a light bulb.
So you get a bulb?
You get a bulb, yeah.
Go on.